Hello everybody, my name's Cryptic, and I'm finally back with another PvE video. I decided to get out of that routine of those PvP videos because I'm not entirely comfortable with them because, yeah, it's not really what I'm best at. But yeah, it's about time that I go back to my roots. So today I'll give you guys a guide on how to tank as a Prot warrior. Now the video was made during patch 4.1, so things may change, but let's get right into it. We'll start off with my talents. Now obviously you're going to be in the protection spec. Now I'll go over my talents, like why I use them and stuff. So I have 3 out of 3 in Insight just because of the increased heroic strike crit chance, and after 1 crit, you're guaranteed a crit on your next heroic strike. Now toughness, that's just kind of obviously, you're gonna obviously have to have it because it increases your armor value. Now Blood and Thunder I like to use as well because it's kind of like a rend AoE. You just throw down rend on a target and anyone within range of your Thunderclap ability, it will put a rend on them as well. And I also use shield specialization because you get 15 rage off of regular block and 60 off of spell reflect. I use shield mastery as well, just basically because it reduces all the cooldowns and it reduces your magic damage taken. I use hold the line as well because of the crit block and the crit strike enchants. Increase enchants. What the hell? I increase after a parry by 10%. I also use gag order. It's kind of like a stun basically for 2 other abilities. And I also use Last Stand, which is kind of a must-have. And I use Concussion Blow, which is another stun, and you get a lot of threat. And I use Bastion of Defense because it's an enraged ability and there's less chance to be critted. I use Warbringer for the mobility. I used Improved Revenge because it gives you threat and also it'll throw down a revenge on an additional target. I use Devastate, which is kind of obvious. It's just basically a Sunder Armor and you get a lot of threat from it. And I don't use Impending Victory because I feel like it's kind of a useless talent. Thunderstruck I use for the increased damage on Rend, Cleave, and Thunderclap. And the next Shockwave by 10%. And it can stack up to 3 times, I believe, yep. And I use Vigilance, which is also kind of a must-have. I use Heavy Percussions, because when your shield block's active, you get an additional 100% damage. Or, I think it's, yeah, 100% additional damage on your shield slam. I use Safeguard because it reduces the damage taken off your targeted intervene. Yeah. I use Sword and Board because it increases the crit chance of Devastate, and in addition, your Devastate or Revenge will deal damage. Or in addition, when your Devastate and Revenge deal damage, they have a 30% chance of refreshing the cooldown on your shield slam, so that's really nice. And obviously Shockwave. Now in the Fury talent tree, on the other hand, I have Blood Craze because health is good and you regenerate some health by having that talent. And I use Field Dressing because it really helps out the healers. Now for my glyphs, I use Glyph of Slam for the increased shield slam damage. I use Glyph of Devastate to increase the critical strike chance of Devastate. And I use Glyph of Revenge, which increases the revenge yeah, increases the revenge damage. I use Shockwave, which reduces the cooldown on Shockwave. Cleaving, which increases the number of targets affected by your cleave. And Resonating Power, which reduces the rage cost of your Thunderclap. For my minor glyphs, I use Berserker Rage, because it's a good way to gain rage at the start of the fight to pull threat faster. And I use Demoralizing Shout, which increases the duration by 15 seconds and the area effect by 50% of your demo shout. And I use Int Shout, which all targets of your intimidating shout now tremble in place. So they stand still instead of running all around like weird kids. Alright, so those are my glyphs, those are my talents. Now let's head into some actual pulling. So here we are once again. Now I always start off with a heroic throw and a charge. And I usually try to get 3 stacks of Sunder Armors with Devastate. And every time I revenge procs, I usually pop that. And along with my Shield Slam, when that procs, I pop that as well. Now every once in a while I'll throw in a Heroic Strike because I have the increased crit, so I'll gain more threat. Now I just would like to note that this is my first time ever doing this boss, and we did pretty good considering it was our first time. Now I'm usually spamming Devastate because it gives you so much threat. As you can see right now, I'm at a 300% threat. And every once in a while I will pop a Heroic Strike like I said. But I also try to keep my shield block up every time I can, because it gives me some increased defense, obviously. And also, I usually take a look at DBM so I'll know when I got a big hit coming on me, so I'll usually pop a defensive cooldown or something like that. And it's really key that you keep an eye on your health, guys, so that you know when to pop Last Stand, or maybe you have a health trinket, or in my case I also have Gift of the Naru. And we also have Enraged Regeneration, which is a really big help as well. Now, on this boss, I wasn't sure if we could disarm him or not, so I tried a few times, I'm sure. But I don't think you can. Now, as you can see, every time my revenge comes up, I'll hit revenge. Right now, I'm at 600% aggro. I'm really doing good on my threat. Coming up here, I think I'll pop my shield block as soon as he starts to do some damage. Yep, there it is. And once again, I'll do my revenge. Simple as that. It's really not too hard to keep your threat, guys. That's the main thing as a tank, is constantly have threat. And obviously, know when to blow defensive cooldowns. And make sure you have Demoralizing Shout up at all times on melee, like that. So thanks for watching, guys. Check out my channel and subscribe if you liked it.